Morning. Thank you. I want to welcome you all this morning to Albany State University and certainly to our Fine Arts Center. My name is Denise Ward. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications here at Albany State. And we're here today for a great announcement. We're here to announce the development of our new Center for Educational Opportunity. So I'll go through our program just a little bit this morning. But before I do that, I'd like to first acknowledge and recognize some of our special guests. I'd like to acknowledge our Senator Freddie Powell Sims, who's joining us this morning. I'd also like to recognize our deans who are here with us this morning. Thank you. As well as members of our university cabinet. Thank you all. So what we'll do, we'll start off with just a quick video, kind of giving a background of the Center for Advancement Opportunity. After that, we'll have remarks from Mr. Gerard Robinson, who is the Executive Director of the Center for Advancement Opportunity and also representing the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. We'll hear from Dr. John Harden with the Charles Koch Foundation and Koch Industries. And then our president, Ms. Marian Frederick, will come up to also bring remarks for us. So we'll start right now with watching this next video, and then after that, we'll hear from Dr. Kathaleena Monds.
I am excited to have the opportunity to join you this morning on a journey that is certainly one of the highlights of my academic career. And Albany State has as one of its guiding principles the important need to, and I quote, elevate historically underserved populations, unquote. Here at Albany State, we recognize the need to address the challenges that are faced by students, by families, and by communities. I am from a fragile community, and in fact, my entire professional career in industry as well as higher education has been in working with fragile communities. We also recognize the importance of strong partnerships with K-12 institutions and community organizations in order to increase access to quality education. And your presence this morning is certainly evidence that a partnership with the Thurgood Marshall College Fund and the Charles Koch Foundation and Institute shows proof of our shared interest in improving the lives of those living in fragile communities. And thank you again for being here. Albany State is poised and positioned to listen to stakeholders and to help find solutions through research to the challenges and the priorities that exist. And the Center for Educational Opportunity here on the Albany State University campus will support student research and faculty research, both internal and external. And before continuing, I'd like to recognize Mr. Andre Amor, who is a Thurgood Marshall College Fund scholar and our SGA president here. Thank you. Andre is going to actually graduate in May, and I often have a chat with him about what's next. And we hope that the center can provide you, Andre, with an opportunity to engage in research, to find out and continue your work as a leader on the campus. Higher education has often measured faculty success by the number of journal articles and publications. But in a 2014 article in Business Education Journal entitled Measuring Faculty Impact, it's noted that, quote, research is a pillar, simply the foundation to academic purpose, but it's just not enough. We need to show that research adds value to society and to organizations, and not just simply to improve the careers of faculty, unquote. The U.S. has more than 50 million K-12 public school students. We can all agree that one size fits all is insufficient to meet the needs of such a diverse learner population. Such a diverse group of teachers, families, and community. And Albany State serves approximately 28 counties in South Georgia. There are many debates as to what constitutes a quality education, but I think that we can all agree that the similarities that exist. It's important that we engage in research that looks at questions regarding instructional technologies, teacher preparation, leadership, parental involvement, and access even to low-cost textbooks. And according to the Gallup poll that was conducted through the Center for Advancing Opportunity, finding, and I quote, fragile community residents do recognize the importance of a good education. So the Center for Educational Opportunity will support research through four general categories: educational opportunity, educational models, educational access, and educational innovation. And beyond high-stakes testing, research should explore non-cognitive measures like grit, perseverance, values, leadership, transferability, mentoring, etc. All of these are useful beyond the classroom and into the marketplace. Companies large and small have echoed the need to better prepare K-12 students who are successful contributors to society. And I close by stating a quote from one of my favorite writers, Khalil Gibran, and he says, "A little knowledge that acts is worth infinitely more than much knowledge that is idle." Our goal through the Center for Educational Opportunity is to conduct research with the knowledge about the community that can be used by the community in order to improve the community. And I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Monds, and we certainly look forward to sharing the progress and the great stories that's going to come from this work that we're starting here. So now I would like to bring to the podium Mr. Gerard Robinson from the Center for Advancing Opportunity, followed by Dr. John Harden, and then President Marion Frederick.
Good morning, everyone. It is good to return to Georgia. Let me say why Georgia. I lived here several years. I have 3 daughters. 2 of my daughters one was born here, and one actually went to public schools here in Georgia. Today she's working in Hollywood, and I should finally say that she's graduated from college and HBCU, finally out of my pocket every month, so I feel good for that. Now, for all of you who can't see what just happened, the parents are the ones who are clapping. We at the Center for Advancing Opportunity are so proud to be involved in this work because we're an education and research-based institute in Washington, D.C. that's focused on education, criminal justice, and social mobility. And we understand that today, not only in this community, not only in Georgia, but the country, if you want to participate in what we call the American dream, education is going to play a role. And education is very diverse. It's K-12, it's higher education. It's also receiving a 4-year degree, but it's also participating in post-secondary opportunities, whether it's earning a licensure, certificate, or otherwise. But why is this important particularly? As you heard in the video, it was important for us to make sure that HBCUs were moved to the subject of the conversation, not just the object of the conversation when it comes to education. I'm a graduate of an HBCU. I'm the first in my family to earn a college degree. I understand that we have great scholars on campus, like Dr. Monds and others in the room, who are doing great research, but with the right investment, they can do 3 things. They can invest more into research to create evidence-based solutions to a number of challenges. Number 2, they can support other faculty and staff. And third, they can support the great students like your SGA president and others who are in the room about the importance of making this happen. And so I'm proud to be here. This will be the first center. We've got 3 so far, but this is the first center focused on education. I can't think of a better place to come than Albany State University to work on education. Senator Freddie Powell-Sims, who's in the front row, is an educator along with being a state leader. So I want to thank you for being here. She's someone who was in the classroom. She knows how important it is to make this work. But none of this matters without a partnership. You know, I take what I call the Moses approach, that if we want to sail the seas of economic, educational, and social uncertainty, we must do so through partnerships. And while we often talk about the 2x2 who came along on the ship, Those two, in fact, were the unclean animals. It was actually the 7 that came together that were the clean animals. So we've got 7 partners along the way, or several that are coming along the way to make some great things happen. I look forward to working with Dr. Monds, and one of the partners that I want to bring on right now is Dr. Hartman. He will come here and share some words. Thank you.
Thanks, Gerard. So I have to tell y'all, I came in yesterday with 2 of my colleagues, and we needed to grab dinner last night. So we thought, all right, well, we'll check out Yelp. We'll figure out what's a good place around here to eat. So one place on the list that was in the top 10 that had all these great ratings, we go over and check it out. It's this fish company over on Dawson, right? We walk in, there's the captain. He says, hey, I'm going to take care of y'all. I said, amen, brother, let's do it. I'm looking, I mean, if y'all been in there, right, that menu is like, whoa, that's intimidating, okay? So I'm thinking, all right, man, what am I going to do? And I said, you know what, I'm thinking I could really go for some fried flounder and some corn and some Brussels sprouts. And the captain, I hadn't said anything. Captain looks at me, he says, he's got his notepad. You're going to have fried flounder, corn, and Brussels sprouts. Oh my goodness. I've never had anything like that happen. I said, oh, yes, sir, let's do it. I'm going to like this place. So I said, Captain, I need your help too, because I come from South Carolina. I'd like to think I know how to talk right, but I want to make sure that I am pronouncing this correctly. How do you say it? Because I'm with somebody from Michigan who's messing it all up. And he said, it's Albany. Is that right? Albany State University. So that's a very long way of saying, good morning, Albany State University. It is so good to be here. What a fantastic place. Thank you. Very exciting. So, y'all know, anybody know how many, the population of the state of Georgia? Anybody want to take a shot at that, roughly? Yes, right. Yeah, there you go. The senator knows. Amen. That's right. It's about a little more than 10 million, okay? So there are more than 5 times that number of students in K-12 education, right? More than 5 times the population of the state of Georgia. That's a lot of students. Every one of those students, every one of those kids, they got dreams, they got aspirations, they got passions, right? So how do they then ensure that they have the educational experience, the educational opportunity to pursue those dreams and those passions? And as Professor Monds mentioned, as the video mentioned, as Gerard mentioned, there are a number of barriers that stay in the way. You know, of those more than 50 million students, nearly half of them come from low-income households. There are incredible challenges and barriers out there for them to get access to a quality education. So how do we, as a society, how do we solve that problem? Well, we do it by ensuring that the leaders, the teachers, the students, the educators, the students' families, that they have the resources, they have the opportunities to innovate in education, to expand access in education. And that's why we're here. That's what the Center for Educational Opportunity is all about, as Professor Monds was sharing. It's about understanding what are those barriers, doing the research, talking with the folks in the community, equipping people to get those barriers out of the way so that more than 50 million students, every single one of them, can get access to a quality education. Now, we're fortunate at the Charles Koch Foundation. We support over 350 colleges and universities across the country, supporting professors and students that are pursuing their interests. But I got to tell y'all, we look across that whole portfolio, we are super excited about what's happening right here at Albany State University with the Center for Educational Opportunity. And who better to lead it than Kathaleena Monds? As y'all know, Professor Monds is an award-winning researcher. She is an award-winning educator. And one of the most phenomenal things about her is her tireless energy for innovation. She is an entrepreneur. She's an education entrepreneur who is always looking for new and better ways to ensure that students have a high-quality education. So we could not be more excited about this center, about Professor Monds' leadership. I got to tell y'all, last night, so the captain basically joined us for dinner last night. He sat down basically at our table, and it was awesome. And he talked just about his life and about his business and construction business and the fish company business, and they're opening up a new store downtown. But what struck us, Brandon and I talked about this afterwards, he kept saying this one word over and over again: opportunity. He kept talking about opportunity and how important opportunity is. And he talked about at length what this university means to this community, to provide opportunity. And now, this university is continuing to expand its impact, continuing to provide more opportunity to students across the country. So we want, at the Charles Koch Foundation, we want to thank y'all for everything you're doing. We want to thank Professor Monds, President Frederick, Albany State University, y'all just keep on keeping on. Keep doing all this great work. Because as you all know, as we all know, every student can achieve something extraordinary if they have the opportunity to access a high quality education. So thank you so much, Albany State University, for everything that you're doing. It is my honor now to ask President Frederick to please come up and share with us as well. Thank you.
You know, I jokingly asked our guests to play some hype music as they got started. I think they already played the hype music. It definitely sounds like you all have had some of the ASU pump juice, so we appreciate you being here. Thanks to the Center for Advancing Opportunities and the Charles Koch Foundation representatives being here today. And again, can I get you all to stand and make sure that we know that everyone knows who you all are? Can y'all stand? Thurgood Marshall as well as Charles Koch. Thank you so much. This announcement marks the beginning of yet another great opportunity for Albany State University. Exciting beginning, exciting chapter. And Dr. Monds, thank you so much for taking on this opportunity. I know she was excited when she talked about it with me, and she seems to still be excited about it. And I'm glad that you're going to be heading this up. And Senator Powell Sims, thank you for always being here to support Albany State. We can always depend on her to be here and representing us. And we're in the building that she built. So thank you for that so much. I really appreciate that. Back in December, the Thurgood Marshall Foundation also came and awarded several of our students scholarships. Do we have any of those students in the room today? I know Andre's one. Andre is always here. Other students? Thank you for that, and we really appreciate those scholarships. The Center for Education Opportunity will allow ASU to lead the research that will identify many ways for families to obtain greater access to high-quality K-12 education. As the camera scanned in those neighborhoods that they looked at in that video, I grew up in North Philadelphia, and I could swear I saw my house in that video. I think it was Baltimore, but it looks a lot like it. Grew up in a row house. I am the 7th of 10 children. So instead of just having 2 parents, I had 12. So I had a lot of parents. But that helped me get from where we were to where we needed to get to. My parents did not speak of anything other than college. And although we know we may not have all gone to college, they pushed that. And so they removed some of those barriers that were in our neighborhood for us and continue to push that for other children. We have the opportunity with this program to redesign curriculums, identify alternative content and delivery methods, and also supplement our houses here in Southwest Georgia. We know Southwest Georgia really needs support from an educational standpoint. We want access to better K-12 education, better K-12 opportunities, and the opportunity to teach it differently. So generations coming up today are very different than our generations. They need different things. They absorb stuff differently. And I think this opportunity will allow us to actually design that and look at that for those students. Under Dr. Monds' leadership, we'll engage in that leadership. We'll engage in that research. And I really do think ASU will be successful. Again, yet another chapter for ASU. Thank you again, Thurgood Marshall Foundation and Charles Koch Foundation. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all the support that you give to ASU. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Frederick, and thank you for our speakers and our presenters. And thank you all for joining us today for this exciting opportunity. And we certainly hope that you'll come back and really visit with us to learn more about the great things that our faculty members are doing, the great things that our students are doing, and the engagement that we're having here at Albany State with our community. So before I close our press conference now, I will say that we have some refreshments for you here. Please stay, please network, and also if you'd like to take a look at this great exhibit that we have showcasing some of our student visual arts work. But I'd ask Senator Powell if you would like to say anything. Okay, we certainly wanted to yield to you. But thank you all. We hope that you enjoyed the rest of your day, and again, thank you for joining us.